All right, we're talking top 5 Seahawks of all time. James Go here with Elliot Harrison. Who comes in at number 5?
Sean Alexander, and you and I were talking a minute ago. You thought Sean Alexander could be higher?
I thought he could have been higher, man.
I'm down with that. Some people would be like, Sean Alexander, come on. Very differing views on this running back. When Steve Hutchinson went to Minnesota and Walter Jones got a little bit older, Sean Alexander's numbers went way down, but you cannot ignore what he was able to do in 2005 when he was MVP. And James, you had Marshall Faulk, then Priest Holmes, and then this guy was the next of the great fantasy backs.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, when the dude's pushing 30 touchdowns, it just wasn't fair in fantasy, man. All right, how about at number 4? No 30 touchdown performances from Marshawn, but one of my all-time favorite players.
You bet. Marshawn Lynch, truly unique player. He reminds me the most of John Riggins. There hasn't been any player like that, a power back who could invigorate his whole team. And when Marshawn Lynch ran over somebody, it didn't just fire up the offense. The Seahawks defensive players got fired up, and that defense went out and kicked some butt. Here's the thing about Marshawn Lynch, too. Big-time player in the postseason, and that's important. Marshawn Lynch did it when it mattered. Obviously, he has all the, whatever you want to call it, skins on the wall, 4 Pro Bowls. He's got, part of a Super Bowl winning team, and he didn't get the football from the goal line.
He probably should have, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, there you go. At number 3, Cortez Kennedy.
Yeah, I was moving my little Seahawks card over here, and I wish I had a picture of his run against the Saints. Greatest playoff run.
I mean, you talk about putting a team on your back. You put the city on his back, man. We're talking about Marshawn Lynch.
He did. Now, this guy was like Marshawn Lynch in that he could energize his team when he made plays like that. The problem is the Seahawks just were not good when Cortez Kennedy came to the league. 1992, when he was Defensive Player of the Year, the Seahawks were terrible. They were terrible. They had Dan McGuire as their quarterback. They ended up getting Rick Meyer the next year. Second overall, they got Rick Meyer the next year.
Right.
But Cortez Kennedy, it never mattered to him. He played out of his mind for 11 years. 8-time Pro Bowler, also a member of the All-Decade team of the 1990s. That's Hugh Millen that he's putting on his back.
At number 2, Walter Jones, absolutely one of the best offensive linemen of all time, man.
You bet. He had the athleticism, James. He was a technician. And I was talking about when we were doing Sean Alexander, that when he started to get a little bit older, that's when Sean Alexander's numbers went way down. I mean, Walter Jones, in his prime, could absolutely dominate people. Like, shut them out. Like, no tackles, no sacks, no nothing. You were a DN playing Walter Jones, good luck.
I thought he could have been one, but it's such a tough list. Steve Largent at number 1 makes a heck of a lot of sense as well.
You bet. Steve Largent, to me, one of the greatest players in my childhood.
Look at that profile pic. I love it.
Yes. Well, that's the late 70s Steve Largent that you see right there.
Man.
Started with the Seahawks in 1976, an inaugural member. And from 1976 to 1989, he was absolutely fantastic. 14 years with the team, a member of the All-Decade team of the 1980s. He retired with 6 major records: receptions, consecutive games with a reception, yards, touchdowns, most seasons with 50 or more catches, and most 1,000-yard seasons.
I did not know he retired with the receptions, yards, and touchdowns record. That's amazing.
You bet. Art Monk and Jerry Rice ended up breaking those marks, but Steve Largent, and also a leader.